Brian is with Prospect Mortgage. He is my preferred lender. He's the lender that I trust the most and work with the most because he is a straight shooter and always tells it like it is. So I invited him here to talk about lending in real estate and options that you have if you either are a first-time home buyer and you don't know the system, or if you've got some credit challenges, financial challenges, and also just any other topics. But let's start with that. Self-employed people, you mentioned that right as I was writing it down.
Yes.
I'm self-employed, so it's definitely something I've given some thought to and checked into. A lot of self-employed people think they can't qualify, and
Sure.
a lot of self-employed people can't because we write everything off. But what comments do you have about recommendations for self-employed people in terms of qualifying for a home?
So self-employed people, what they want to do is they want to have all the deductions available to them so that they can minimize their tax liability. So they write off as much as they possibly can. Now that is a good thing because it allows you to pay less in taxes. The bad thing is that it's the net income that lenders use for qualifying for a loan. So there has to be a balance there. So if you're in the process, let's say for instance, it's closing in on December and so you're a self-employed individual and you're saying, okay, I want to reduce my tax liability, but you're looking to buy a house in the first part of the year. Well, you might want to reconsider how you're going to approach your taxes, because if you do maximize your deductions, you're going to minimize your affordability. And so what you want to do is consider and balance what is the best approach. And that's, again, why you would want to sit down with a lender to determine what income is necessary to qualify for a loan that you're looking to get into next year. So what you could bring up to the lender, okay, I want to buy a house that's $400,000. How much do I need to qualify for? So the lender can give you that number so that you can adjust your tax approach accordingly.
Okay, and say somebody has, for the last 5-10 years, written off everything and they've shown very little income.
Mm-hmm.
Once they start a new tax strategy, how long will it take for them to build up that? Like, do lenders look at 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? How many years do they have to have a new tax strategy before they can buy?
Okay, so all lenders have different approaches, and even so there's different types of, for conforming loans, that's the standard type of loan, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Both of those institutions have different approaches. For instance, Fannie Mae requires 2 years, a 24-month average, to get into a home, whereas Freddie Mac only requires a 12-month average. So we would just look at 1 year tax return and divide that by 12, and that's your cash flow. Fannie Mae, you have to look at a 24-month average. And so there's different types of approaches. FHA as well, for self-employed, they look at a 24-month average.
Chuck, I'm really excited about this endeavor that Kristen's taking. I'm really happy for her to take a year off. I'm really excited that she felt we could take care of her clients.
Yeah, she deserves the time off, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a big undertaking, but
it is.
yeah, and
to
maintain her level of service and what she's been doing for her clients will be a lot of work, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy for her as well.
It takes two of us to take your place.
Yeah, and it could take even more, but we're going to give it a shot.
It could.